What is going on, everybody? Welcome to All American Sports Network. This your host Joel Davis, who is also the host and owner of Joel Davis Media Network. So I hope everybody is having a good Monday. Mine is going okay so far. But tonight, I know y'all didn't come to tune in to talk about Monday. We want to talk about what happened yesterday with the first week of the NFL. So today I'm doing my takeaways. And first things first, we're going to talk about the positive takeaways. If it's your first time tuning in to the broadcast, do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell on top. Please like and share. Please like and share. So let's jump into this. So Tua looked it better than Justin Herbert during the Dolphins' 36-34 win over the Chargers. Now Tua was the better quarterback, and it wasn't even close. When Tua is at his best, the Dolphins have an electrifying offense, and Tua was at his best against the Chargers. He threw for 466 yards. Man, that's 466 yards, bro. That's a good bit of damn yards, ain't it? Now, next up, the 49ers looked it dominant. Okay. They spent a good 5 minutes debating whether the 49ers are good, right? Everybody has. Yeah, he is. But the Steelers are bad or a little bit of both. And the conclusion I came to is that San Francisco is an unstoppable juggernaut. The scary part is the offense even looked better than it did last year. Brock Purdy is making even better throws. And Brandon Ayuk, who finished with 129 yards and two touchdowns, is emerging as a serious weapon also. Now, the 49ers defense looked dominant in the 30-7 win, even though Nick Bosa wasn't even a man, it was almost a non factor. Next up, we're talking about the Packers win. Jordan Love might be for real, y'all, because it was his first game, and he had an impressive start, throwing for 245 yards. He got three touchdowns, 20 on 38-20 win over Chicago. And since he was only playing the Bears, but his numbers were still impressive. If Love continues to get better each week, there's a very real chance that the Packers could end up being a dark horse contender for the NFC title. So again, this is just the first week. Now, let's talk about the Bucks, who pulled off an upset against the Vikings. Now, the Buccaneers might want to think about reopening those Mike Evans contracts talks. The veteran receiver was a big reason why Tampa Bay was able to pull the upset in the game. Evan caught six passes for 66 yards. And he got a 28-yard touchdown pass in the second quarter that tied the game. Overall, the Buccaneers offense wasn't pretty, but it seemed to come through with some big plays whenever Tampa needed it, including a fourth down conversion by Baker Mayfield in the fourth quarter that set up a 57-yard field goal that ended up being the deciding points. Defensively, the Bucks got burnt by Justin Jefferson in the first half, but then clamped down on him in the second half. Between that and forcing those turnovers, it was an impressive day from Tampa's D. It's only one win, but there's no reason to think the Bucks cannot contend for the NFC South. So with that rating, I'm gonna give them a B plus. I agree with it. I'll go with a B plus. Now, Let's see what else we got to talk about. The Vikings. Now, Vikings, on the other hand, are starting to have a love-hate relationship with uh, Kirk Cousins, and they ain't got no love right now because the way Cousins played against the Bucks, the Vikings quarterback lost two fumbles in the first 10 minutes of the game on a day where he had three total turnovers. Now, Cousins also seemed to forget that Justin Jefferson exists in the second half after going off to 100, going off for 138 yards in the first two quarters. Jefferson had just 12 yards in the second half. Now, the Vikings were unbeatable in one score game last year, and it appears the law of averages has finally caught up with them because the NFL, you can't win every one score game every week. So right now they are looking average, which is a C. Now let's go on over the Saints over the Titans. Now here's the takeaway of the Titans. It's a miracle the Titans kept the game close because Ryan Tannehill was very bad. Not only did he complete under 50% of his passes, but he also threw three interceptions. Now, the Titans made the decision to stick with Tannehill for the 2023 season, and after just one game, the decision already looks like it's backfiring. The Titans defense teamed up with Nick Folk, who had 5 field goals to keep this game close, in spite of Tannehill messing up. I give him a C. I ain't giving no C. They just get a C for me. Saints takeaway in this his first game with the Saints. Derek Carr wasn't pretty, but he got the job done. Carr best throw of the game came on a third down with under 2 minutes left when he hit Rashid Sahid for a 41-yard gain that iced the win. Now, of course, the star of the game was the Saints defense that shut down Derrick Henry while also picking off Ryan Tannehill three times, and the defense also kept the Titans out of the end zone, which is a big reason why New Orleans was able to walk away with the win. So I gotta give those guys a B plus. B plus the Saints, baby. Now let's talk about some of the facts that happened this week that nobody's talking about. Like Brock Purdy made NFL history, right? Brock Purdy became the first quarterback in NFL history to win each of his first 6 career regular season starts, while also throwing at least 2 touchdown passes in each start. Purdy is also the first quarterback in NFL history to record a quarterback rating of 95 or higher in his first 6 career starts. Give it up to Brock Purdy. Now, let's talk about a rough time for top picks. Bryce Young's loss on Sunday means that the last 15 quarterbacks who have been selected with the number one overall pick are winless in their first career start. 0-14, 0-14. The last top pick to win his debut was David Carr, and that was in 2002. Damn. The Browns in a long drought. The Browns win over the Bengals was their first in home opener since 2004. Congratulations, guys. It also marked the first time since the 1993 and 1994 seasons that the Browns have won back-to-back openers. Cleveland's 24-3 win was also the team's largest margin of victory in week one since 1989, which also happens to be the last time they won a division title. Falcons are flying high. Thanks to their win over the Panthers, the Falcons are now 1-0, which is a big deal for them because it marks the first time since 2017, which was 6 years ago, that they've been over .500 at any point in the season. The 5-year drought was the longest active streak without being over .500 any team in the NFL. Now let's talk about the historical start. For the first time in NFL history, the Browns, the Lions, the Raiders, and the Jaguars have all opened the season with a 1-0 record. The Jaguars have existed since 1995. So it took it 28 years for all four teams to finally break through and win their opening games in the same season. Jesus. Field goal fest led by Nick Folk. He hit 5 field goals in the New Orleans and Titans. I mean, yeah, the New Orleans and the Titans and the Saints combined, they kicked 8 total field goals, which is an NFL record for week one. John Harbaugh will crush your soul in week one. The Ravens 25-9 win over the Texans marked the 8th time that they won an opener by 15 points or more under Harbaugh. That's the second most in NFL history. Now he's only trailing Tom Landry. Ravens win over Texans ends in a scorigami. The Ravens win was also notable because the final score, 25-9, marked the first time in NFL history that a game finished with the exact final score. Colts can't win in week one. Thanks to 31-21 loss to Jacksonville, the Colts have now gone winless in 10 straight season openers, which is the second longest streak since 1970, trailing only the Browns, who went winless from 2025 through 2021. From 2005 through 2021. Tua, 466 passing yards, are the fourth most ever by any quarterback in week one. His total trails only Norm Van Brocklin, 554 in 1951, Dan Marino, 473 in 1994, and Tom Brady, 517 in 2011. King of the Hill. Tyreek Hill finished with 215 receiving yards against the Chargers, which is the third most in NFL history for a week one game. Puka packs a punch with 10 receptions for 119 yards. Rams receiver Puka Nacua became just the fourth player in NFL history to record at least 10 catches and 100 receiving yards in his first career game. Cowboys join a rare club with a special teams touchdown and a defensive teams touchdown in the first quarter against the Giants on Sunday night. Dallas became just the third team in NFL history to score 2 touchdowns like that during the first quarter of their opening, joining the 1967 Bears and the 1986 Bears. Those 2 touchdowns propelled the Cowboys to a 40-0 win. So I'm going to tell you right now, here are the 2 players that stock went up in week one. Tua, okay? He's definitely, his stock is going up because of how he outgunned Justin Herbert, Brock Purdy. He made a start and got everybody fired up. Now let's talk about the one stock that's going down. Zach Taylor, okay, the coach for the Bengals, not looking so good. And the Vikings, they went up here and looked overwhelmed by the Buccaneers. So now we're going to talk about some other things that happened, injuries and contracts. Ravens lose J.K. Dobbins for the rest of the season because of his Achilles tear. You got Cooper Kupp placed on IR after being placed on injured reserve over the weekend because of his hamstring. Cesar Ruiz gets a massive extension from the Saints. Okay. Agreed to the terms of a 4-year expansion that's worth up to $44 million. Former NFL wide receiver Mike Williams breathing on his own. Last week there was some speculation that Williams has died, but that's definitely not the case. The former NFL receiver is now breathing on his own after being removed from life support following a construction site accident. However, he remains in intensive care unit at St. Joseph Hospital in Tampa. So let's play for Mike Williams, man. They had said he had passed away, but thank God. So thank God for that. I hope the man has a speedy recovery, and I hope that he gets back to doing what he loves best. So, man, thank God. So that is all that I got for y'all for, except for now it's time for me to pick who I think gonna win for week 2. All right, y'all, week 2 pick. We finna do this right now on NFL week 2 pick. All right, so we got the Vikings versus the Eagles. I'm going with the Eagles. So with that being said, yeah, man, I gotta go with the I gotta go with the Eagles. All right, let's see what else we got here. Trying to see what else I can pick. Bears against the Buccaneers. Um, man, this is gonna be crazy. I think the Bears right now did not do so well. I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Buccaneers should win this with ease. So I'm picking the Bucks. Colts versus the Texans. I'm going to play this out on a limb. I'm thinking the Colts is going to win this game because I know the Colts is out for blood for they loss with Jacksonville. So I'm going with the Colts. Chargers against the Titans. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Titans, man. I really think that the Titans got this. So I'm going with the Titans. The Seahawks against the Lions. I'm going to go with the Seahawks on this one. Uh, I just think that the Seahawks might pull up an upset. 49ers against the Rams. I'm going with the 49ers. They played a good game last week, and I think they're ready to do it again. The Commanders versus the Broncos. You know, I got to go with the Broncos on this. I just do not think that the Commanders are ready. The Panthers versus the Saints. Oh man, you know, Panthers lost last week. I think they're gonna be hungry for a win. So I'm going with the Panthers. Raiders against the Bills. Ooh, you know, I'm gonna have to go with the Bills on this because of the talent level. New York Giants against the Cardinals. I'm going with the Cardinals. I don't think the Giants has proven themselves to be worthy. Jets against the Cowboys. I'm going with the Cowboys because now Aaron Rodgers is hurt, and yeah. The Dolphins against the Patriots. I'm going with the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins will surprise everybody and rise up to the occasions. Browns against the Steelers. Man, you know, I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns. I think they're going to pull an upset. And that's all I got for y'all on this one of week 2 picks. Anyway, please like, share, subscribe. I hope y'all enjoyed. Y'all know what it is. I'm out.